Olá, pessoal, pessoal. Deixa eu voltar aqui. Tudo bem? Boa tarde. Espera aí que eu não tô me ouvindo. Pessoal, pessoal, personas. Agora vai ficar pitando. Ok, let's go. Let's get on. Ok, zapitinho do cabo que tá ruim. Hello, Dimi, que é o Caio. Julia Roberts and Anna Mary Chan. Derica, Ometo, Derica. Hi. Hello, students. Hello. Boa tarde. Tá, pessoal, nós estamos utilizando o workbook ainda no capítulo 1. Ó, ainda ele, tá? Só que da mesma forma que da outra vez, nós estamos no capítulo 1 e os temas são esses, ó. Tá? Então, assim, uma coisa muito importante em idiomas, não consigo falar rápido, em idiomas é vocabulário. Então, eu sempre passo esses dois vídeos, que é o dos verbos de cozinha e das ferramentas, né, domésticas. Ferramentas domésticas, eu acho que o nome é assim.
Learn English with pictures. 22 things in the kitchen from espressoenglish.net. Measuring cup. Use a measuring cup to measure how much of each ingredient you need to use in the recipe. Many measuring cups are labeled in cups, ounces, and milliliters. Can opener. There is also an automatic type called an electric can opener. Peeler. Use a peeler to peel, remove the skin from fruits and vegetables. Grater. Use a grater to grate or shred food into small pieces. Colander. A colander is often used to drain, remove the extra water from cooked pasta. Sieve or strainer. A sieve or strainer is often used to separate liquids from solids. Whisk. A whisk is used for mixing. Spatula. Ladle. A ladle is a big spoon used for serving soup. Pan. A pan is often used for frying food, cooking it in oil. Pot. A pot is often used for boiling food, cooking it in water. The top part of the pot is called a lid or cover. It can be made of metal or glass. Oven mitt and pot holder. An oven mitt and a pot holder help protect your hands when you touch hot pots and pans. Baking pan and cookie sheet. A baking pan is used for baking, cooking things in the oven. A flatter version is called a cookie sheet. Tongs. You can use tongs to pick up food. Utensils: knife, spoon, fork. You use a knife, spoon, and fork to eat food. Together, these items are called utensils. Bowl: you can serve soup, salad, or fruit in a bowl. Plate: you can serve food on a plate. Plastic container: you can put leftovers, food that you will save for later, in a plastic container. Sandwich bag or Ziploc bag: you can also preserve food in a sandwich bag. One very popular brand of sandwich bags is called Ziploc, so some people call these Ziploc bags. If you want to learn a lot more new words, check out my Vocabulary Builder course, which will help you learn and practice more than 500 words in each level. Click on the link in the video or in the description for more information.
Certo? E agora os que são esqueci o nome disso aí. E aqui os nossos verbos. Isso aqui é legal porque tem, além do vídeo, o som, vai aparecer a legendazinha.
Wash. Wash.
Não.
Slice.
Slice.
Chop.
Chop. Mince. Mince. Cut. Cut.
Peel.
Peel. Grate.
Grate.
Mix. Mix. Stir.
Stir.
Break. Break.
Beat.
Beat.
Crush.
Crush.
Squeeze.
Squeeze. Pour. Pour. Spread. Spread.
Certo, viu? Esses são nossos vocabulários de cozinha, baseados no que nesses vídeos aqui. Tá, pessoal? Agora é o seguinte, nós sempre temos, né, o
Ten.
não, você não. Temos ouvido, é que ficou meio desfocado o meu, deixa eu ver, tirei 2, não teve jeito. O texto, né? I'm going to send my resume to UCLA. Complete the dialogue with the missing words. Student book, page 4. Claro que nós temos o texto para ajudar, né? Que aí você pode ver o texto e completar. Mas como eu havia dito, uma das melhores técnicas assim, que eu acho é ouvir o áudio primeiro, sabe? Sempre tá ouvindo o áudio. Então eu tenho passado esse áudio em todas as aulas para chegar nesse exercício, por exemplo. Então vou repetir a mesma coisa.
Kit 4. You Know. Chapter 1. I'm going to send my resume to UCLA.
I haven't decided yet, although I'm going to send my resume to UCLA for a foreign business course, but I'm still in doubt.
I'm gonna work for a while. I wanna get some time inside a company.
Get to know the environment, right, Pedro?
Yeah, that's the point. We need to be used to working and studying at the same time.
And that's not easy, boy, I can say. But it's all right. We can do it. It's just a question of perseverance.
And Natalie will get experience in our lives. The first job needs to be the one. It can launch us. There will be a future need for that because of the company's name and its history, mainly after graduation or sort of that.
And, in my opinion, it shows you can do it.
That's what we need most, and then comes college.
Oh yeah, I agree. But for an American, it's a tradition. Go to university, then find a part-time job. What do you want to be, Pedro?
I'll try a state university here in São Paulo. I'm thinking about physical education. I feel like working in a gym. I love the idea.
Wow, nice!
Certo? Mais uma vez, pra gente...
Kit 4. You Know.
Claro que vocês podem usar o texto do livro 4, né? O primeiro texto, que é todo esse áudio aqui. Tranquilo. É que eu acho que a prática de ouvir o idioma é muito importante para desenvolver a percepção, né? E assim poder compreender melhor. Vou passar mais uma vez, pessoal.
Kit 4. You Know. Chapter 1. I'm going to send my resume to UCLA.
I haven't decided yet, although I'm going to send my resume to UCLA for a foreign business course, but I'm still in doubt.
I'm gonna work for a while. I wanna get some time inside a company.
Get to know the environment, right, Pedro?
Yeah, that's the point. We need to be used to working and studying at the same time.
And that's not easy, boy, I can say. But it's all right. We can do it. It's just a question of perseverance.
And Natalie will get experience in our lives. The first job needs to be the one. It can launch us. There will be a future need for that because of the company's name and its history, mainly after graduation or sort of that.
And, in my opinion, it shows you can do it.
That's what we need most, and then comes college.
Oh yeah, I agree. But for an American, it's a tradition. Go to university, then find a part-time job. What do you want to be, Pedro?
I'll try a state university here in São Paulo. I'm thinking about physical education. I feel like working in a gym. I love the idea.
Wow, nice!
Certo? É esse exercício. Tá? E esse aqui, 5 minutinhos para resolver, porque é só para preencher aí. Não vou fazer os dois na sequência, porque... Espera aí. Pessoal, que eu tenho que olhar aqui nesse livro. Livro. Leblanc. É esse mesmo. Então, mesmo esquema. Fill the blanks using the past of the verbs in parents. Então, vou fazer o seguinte, para não ficar muito tumultuado. Primeiro, esse aqui, 5 minutinhos, que é só para preencher de acordo com o texto ou áudio. Tudo bem, pessoal? Cadê vocês? Hello. It's time to go away. Dun-dun-dun. Resume. Hello, brotas. Colocar os olhos da verdade aqui. Cadê vocês, pessoas? Esse negócio ele é meio lento. Os olhos da verdade. Certo, pessoal? Deixa eu ver, mais 2 minutinhos que aí completa. Tranquilo, tranquilo. De buenas, nada buenas. Deixa eu abrir até um Word backup. Nós abrir documento, phrasal verb, mandei tudo. Vamos ver se aqui tá. Ó, tá aqui aberto o passado. Pra resolver. Certo? Então é o seguinte. O outro exercício da gente aqui é referente àquele assunto muito importante, tempos verbais, tá? Que na verdade é inevitável. Então, por exemplo, fill the blanks using the past of the verbs in parents. É que nós temos os verbos em parênteses, tá vendo? O que é para ser feito aqui? Passar eles para o passado. Uma coisa muito importante, lista de verbos irregulares. Tem que ter lista de verbos irregulares, eu já mandei, caso alguém não tenha, eu mando de novo no grupo todo, tá? A lista de verbos irregulares. Uma coisa que tem que ser levada em consideração também é, sempre eu digo, nesse caso aqui eu acho que não tem nenhum to be. Deixa eu só dar uma conferida. Não tem. Nem aqui embaixo. Mas de qualquer forma, quando pensa em passado, a primeira coisa que tem que ser pensada é verbo to be. Ah, por que verbo to be? Vamos lá. Com o verbo to be, você... Porque assim, o meu problema aqui em relação ao verbo to be é a mistura que muitos fizeram, já fizeram, não no caso de vocês, mas muitos fazem colocando did junto com o verbo to be. Não. Verbo to be, por si só, já faz com que a frase seja negativa ou interrogativa, tá vendo? Ele não precisa de auxiliar. Então, a primeira coisa é pensar em verbo to be, porque se você tiver que passar para o passado, ou fazer afirmativa ou interrogativa, se você tiver um verbo to be na oração, você não precisa colocar mais nada, você vai utilizar ele mesmo. Isso que é importante. Então, primeiro pensa no verbo to be, a forma dele é afirmativa, a forma dele interrogativa, tá vendo? Que é invertendo, e a forma dele negativa. Depois disso, a gente vai entrar para a ideia que é o seguinte. Primeira coisa, for, verbo to be, é saber se esse verbo que está sendo conjugado é regular ou irregular. Se ele for regular, ele não vai estar dentro dessa lista, que não abriu. Mas eu abrirei agora. Comeu? Certo? Que será que se tiver dentro dessa lista, é verbo irregular. Tem até marcado em cima, ó, verbos irregulares. Se não tiver nessa lista, aí sim é um verbo regular. O que acontece com o verbo regular? Só para lembrar, eu acrescento ed, porque irregular, ele não tem uma forma no passado, ele só tem essa forma dele no presente. Para indicar um passado, para indicar um particípio, eu tenho que acrescentar alguma coisa, tá? E quando o verbo é irregular, tá? Irregular, com i de igreja, ele já tem a forma dele no passado, e eu dei o exemplo aqui com o verbo speak. Se nós viermos aqui, vamos encontrá-lo no passado, ó. Ele aqui no presente, to speak, e no passado, spoke. Foi exatamente o que eu fiz aqui. Agora, observação. Quando nós utilizamos o did, que é um verbo auxiliar, e que jamais vai ser utilizado junto com o verbo to be, que são coisas à parte, nós voltamos o verbo pro presente. Ele não vai ter mais essa forma no passado, ele volta para o presente. Por quê? Porque o did e o didn't naturalmente já passam a frase para o passado. E se tiver ele na frase, a frase está no passado. O que não pode acontecer, ele está junto com o verbo to be. O verbo to be não precisa disso. Ele já está ali. Tá? Então, quando nós temos o did, na forma negativa, did not, a frase toda está no passado negativo e não é necessário que coloque esse speak no passado. Ele fica no presente. He did not speak ou didn't. Vou até colocar a forma abreviada aqui, para quem lembra, né? Também essa, ó, didn't speak, tá? Opa, juntando. Certo? E quando é interrogativa, ele volta. É exatamente aquele exercício que vocês vão fazer, que é preencher. Vamos fazer a mesma coisa. Antes de vocês preencherem, vamos dar uma recordada no passado simples, né? Vamos lembrar como é que ele é.
Hello everyone, this is Mr. P. Today's lesson, yes, that's me. Today's lesson is on the simple past tense. Okay, like in did you go out yesterday? Or we didn't go out yesterday. We worked hard yesterday. Yes, it's an action that happened in the past and you know when it happened. So it's our yellow star in the timeline. You can see it right there. So, how do we form the simple past? First of all, we need a helping or auxiliary verb. In this case, we chose did. And did, we use did for questions and for negative sentences. So, let's look at questions first. Okay, WH question word, if you have one, like where, how long, etc., plus the helping verb, did in this case, then subject and then the verb. Okay, like in our example, did you go out yesterday? Okay, that's a good example. Negative sentences. Okay, so we need the subject plus the helping verb plus not plus the verb and the object if you have one. I did not go out yesterday. I didn't go out yesterday. Okay, so what happens with positive sentences? Well, positive sentences have regular or irregular verbs. Okay, so we have the subject for regular verbs plus verb plus ed because it's a regular verb plus object. For example, I danced all night last Saturday. I danced all night last Saturday. Okay, how do I know that dance is a regular verb? Well, we just have to learn them. Okay, the same with irregular verbs. Irregular verbs, you need to learn them, okay, by memory. So the formula is subject plus irregular verb plus the object. Like in our example, I went out yesterday. So went is the past, irregular past verb of the verb go. Yes, that's right, go. Okay, what happens with the verb to be? First of all, let's review the verb to be. I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, they were. Let's make an example. I was a student in 1990. They were babies in 1990. Okay, these are positive sentences. What happens with negative sentences? We just add not after the verb to be. I was not, I wasn't a teacher 30 years ago. They were not, they weren't students 10 years ago. What happens with a question? Well, we just write the verb to be first. So, was he paying attention to my lesson? Were you home an hour ago? And so there we have the simple past of the verb to be. Be careful, the verb to be is special. You don't need did here. Okay, so meaning and use. When do we use the simple past or the past simple tense? To express the idea that an action started and finished at a specific time in the past. What are some common time expressions used with the past tense? So yesterday, okay, last month, last year, last week, ago, a minute ago, in 1980, for example. There are many, many others. So time expressions and adverbs of time. So examples. I saw Maria yesterday. So is the past, irregular past verb of the verb to see. Yesterday is an adverb of time. Last Friday, the students took their spelling and vocabulary tests. So took is the irregular past of the verb to take. They got married 2 years ago. Got is the past, irregular past of the verb get. These actions are over. They are all finished. So English has two types of verbs in the past tense. Regular verbs, as I said before, and irregular verbs. Look at the following list of past tense verbs, which are regular and which are irregular. Okay, so we have taught. Yeah, that's irregular. Walked. Yes, that's regular. Studied. Regular. Gave. Irregular, very good. Became. Irregular. Cried. Regular. Lived. Regular. Did. Irregular. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Regular verbs are verbs that end with ed, we said. So simple form of past simple, like walk, study, cry, and live. So walk, walked. Study, studied. Pay attention to the y changes to I when you write the past tense. Cry, again, y changes to I, ed, and live, we just add the d, ed, lived. So irregular verbs are verbs that don't end with ed. Some irregular verbs have a vowel change in the past tense. For example, become, became, give, gave, drive, drove, forget, forgot. Other irregular verbs have a different kind of change. Examples: teach, taught, bring, brought, leave, left, hear, heard, buy, bought. For example, Celia bought a new computer last weekend. And some irregular verbs don't change at all. Cut, cut, hit, hit, put, put, set, set. Like in the example, the children set the table every Sunday. And this is present simple, right? It's not past. Well, it could be past also, but I know this is an example of the present simple. The second one, though, is in the past. The children set the table last night. How do I know it's in the past? Well, because we have the time expression last night. Last night. So, complete the sentences with a past tense verb. Number 1. I was a child, the piano. Donna, Paris, last month. John, hard, yesterday. My teacher, far, last summer. So pause the video and write your answers. Okay, so now that you paused the video, you have your answers. We're going to check. When I was a child, I played the piano, ed. Donna visited Paris last month. John worked hard yesterday. My teacher traveled far last summer. Great, you did great. Now let's try other 5 sentences right here. So complete the sentences again with the past tense verb. So last week, you, a letter. The students, an English exam. They, a great job. He, his girlfriend at university. Mary, to the city park last Sunday. So pause the video and write your answers. Now that you're ready, let's check them. Last week, I sent you a letter. The students had an English exam. They did a great job. He meant his girlfriend at university. And last one, Mary went to the city park last Sunday. Great. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. If you have any questions, please type them under this lesson. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Like the video if you liked it and share it.
Ok, guys? Tá, então aqui a explicação toda, junto com a minha aqui do papel, ó, tá vendo? Do Word. O exercício aqui do workbook. Esses dois, porque os dois são passados, ó. Fill the blanks using the past of the verbs in parentheses. Então você tem aqui todos, ó. Complete the sentence with the simple past and present perfect. O verbo está aqui. Lembre-se que have também é um verbo irregular com i de igreja. E como todo verbo irregular, ele vai estar aqui dentro com uma forma no passado. Entendeu? Os que não tiverem aqui, ed. Alguma pergunta? Alguma dúvida, pessoal? Personas? Pessoal, vocês estão vivos, vivos. No question. Jimmy Rodrigues. É o Caio. Personas. Ok, pessoal, se vocês tiverem alguma dúvida aqui com esse passado, eu tô aqui, eu tô esperando tirar as dúvidas aqui, ó. No question, Ana Fernanda Alexandre. Nome bonito. Fernanda Alexandre. Rodime Rodrigues, Demi, que é o Caio. Ela tá mirando lá? Vou mandar mensagem pra ele. Tutti bene. Pra quem não lembrar esse passado aí, eu tô aqui, ó. Tá? Os exercícios são esses aqui, muito simples. Esse aqui, talvez esse daqui, opa, voltando, né? Que é para preencher o áudio, o diálogo, que eu coloquei o áudio. Mas também a gente já tem, nós já temos o texto, né? No student. É que o meu tá meio apagado, mas eu tenho o texto student page 4. E aí a gente vem aqui com o passado, tem que completar o passado, não tem jeito. Ó. Sempre lembrando dessa regrinha aqui, porque se é regular ou irregular, ali no caso não tem nenhuma pergunta, é só para passar mesmo pro passado, né, ó. E nem negativa tem, tipo, bem simples. Ó, não tem nenhuma negativa, tá vendo? Ah, tem o be aqui, ó, olha, eu nem tinha visto. Tem o be aqui que vai ser a conjugação, sempre pensando no be, no verbo to be, ó. É essa a conjugação dele no passado. Essa é a configuração dele. Vou até que eu vou fazer o seguinte. Fazer assim, ó, fica melhor. Mandar tudo. Eu acho que eu mandei errado. Vai não. Fazer direito. Esse vai, vão todos. Que aí eu consigo, consigo tirar a dúvida aqui, né, de mais fácil. Todos aqui sempre pensando primeiro no verbo to be, porque ele vai estar aqui, né? Sempre pensando nele. Aí depois, que na maioria dos casos é esse cara aqui, deixa eu ver se vai todos eles de uma vez, ó. Tá vendo? Essa é a regrinha, saber se é regular ou irregular. Se alguém não souber, de novo, repetindo, tiver um problema com o verbo to be, esse é o passado, do passado. Tudo bem? Tutti bene. Então vamos lá pela lógica. Tudo bem? Aqui que vem um pouco do put the words in correct order. Tranquilo também, tá tudo aqui, você vai colocar em ordem. Não vai acrescentar nada, pelo que eu tô vendo. Cheese, falando em italiano. Cheese, after that, the sauce covered with the dog, bake then. Foi isso mesmo, só colocar em ordem. Tranquilo. Aqui, uso de lógica, né? Roll out the dog into a circle first. The pizza in printer hand, oven, bacon. Tá aí, ó, tranquilo. Ok? Put the sentence from exercise 4 in order. Colocar a sentença do exercício 4 em ordem. Ó, o exercício 4 não tem necessidade, porque na verdade já você vai fazer isso aqui na linha de baixo, né? Então, put the incorrect order. Oh, isso é um erro. Mesmo exercício, mesma coisa. Então é isso. Só isso aqui, ó. Colocar em ordem. Tá fora de ordem, colocar em ordem. 5 minutos, porque, ó, é muito tranquilo. Tranquilo, tranquilo, tranquilo. As páginas. Beleza? Ok, galera? Galera. Complete the conversation. Que você vai completar a conversação, mas eu vou dar uma dica legal. Peraí. Espera aí que eu tô... Isso. Tá, então eu vou dar uma dica de como seria um diálogo, que eu tenho um diálogo aqui maravilhoso. Esse é muito grande.
Agatha, are you okay? You seem a little sad.
Well, I rearranged the furniture, but I always feel sad when I leave Harold.
I know what you need.
To have a shower?
No, you need to have a break. A few days away at a beauty farm.
That's a good idea, Victor. Are you doing anything tomorrow?
Well, I haven't got anything planned. I'm not doing anything special.
I think I'll send you to the Burbank Beauty Farm in Somerset. Hmm?
Well, Oh, but who's going to look after this place while I'm away? I've got to clean the oven, vacuum the carpets, wash the curtains, and then there's ironing to be done.
Well, Agatha, I'll do that for you.
Oh, but you don't know where I keep the mop, the vacuum cleaner, the iron.
Come on, Agatha, I know. I live here, remember? It's decided. Pack your bags. You're going to a beauty farm.
Well, okay. Thank you. I'm going to call Betty now and see if she wants to come. I'm so excited.
It's nice being alone.
Yes, just the two of us.
What shall we do?
Okay, move a little closer.
But we promised Agatha we would clean the house.
Well, we can do it very quickly. And I'd like to change some of the furniture while Agatha's away. She changed things without asking me, and I'd like this house to say something about me. It's not just Agatha's house.
Right.
Okay. Chores now.
Chores? Well, what are chores?
Oh, chores are house that we need to do.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, remember sweeping the floor, dusting the furniture, doing the shopping.
I love shopping, but that's not a chore.
Doing the shopping is very different from going shopping. Doing the shopping is food shopping. Oh, that reminds me. I have to go to the supermarket to get some housekeeping things. Do you need anything?
No, I'll stay here and start vacuuming.
Oh, great. I'll be back in half an hour. Are you sure we don't need any special ingredients for dinner tonight?
No, Chan is bringing something from the International Food Store later.
Not that Chang again.
Oh.
Okay. Good. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. See you.
Hello everybody, welcome back to your English lesson. So, how about our sitcom today? Lucky Agatha, going to a health farm. I'm so jealous. Anyway, let's look at today's lesson. We are going to study the future tense using going to. Then we will look at special expressions using the word have. We're going to have fun. And finally, we will learn how to talk about household chores and appliances. Oh, do you mind if I dust the desk during the lesson? I'm joking. Then maybe if you study hard, we can go to a health farm too. So, the future tense using going to. If we want to speak about something that we have planned for the future, we use the verb to be plus going to. This weekend, I'm going to visit a health farm. Next summer, he's going to travel to Asia. Agatha asks, who is going to look after this place while I'm away? Do you remember? Let's see another sentence. They are not going to go to the cinema tonight. In this example, you can leave out the verb to go and simply say, they are not going to the cinema tonight. We can also use going to if we want to make a prediction based on what we can see at the moment. For example, if it is cloudy, we can say, I think it's going to rain. Do you see? Now, let's compare this to the other future form, will. We use will when we want to make an offer. I will help you with your homework. We also use it with a promise. I won't forget to call you. We use it for predictions without evidence. You'll love the film. And for instant decisions. For example, if the phone rings, we say, I'll get it. Right. Let's change the subject. We are now going to look at certain expressions that use the word have. In the sitcom today, Agatha said she needed to have a shower. Victor said, you need to have a break. We have many uses for the verb to have in English. You can have breakfast, have a drink, have time to do something, have a baby. Wow! I think I am going to have a nap after all of this studying. Do you know what I hate doing more than anything else? Ironing clothes. It is such a boring chore. Do you remember what other chores Agatha mentioned? Cleaning the oven, washing the curtains, vacuuming the carpet. And then Victor mentioned sweeping the floor, dusting the furniture, and doing the shopping. No, not the fun kind of shopping. Doing the shopping means shopping for food and household items. It's so boring. To do these chores, you need an iron or a broom to sweep the floor, a mop to wash the floor, a vacuum cleaner. You know what? I think I'll let Dylan do the vacuuming today. I don't think I feel very well. I better go and lie down. See you next time. Happy studying.
Here's the tea. Can you pass me the mug? Now, tell me all about the beauty center.
Oh, marvelous. It was a wonderful idea. The mud treatment was good for my skin, and the thermal baths were so relaxing. You should try it.
Did you have a massage?
Massages and aromatherapy in all the rooms. I feel great. In fact, you should go there with Victor one day. What do you think?
That's a good idea. So it's not only for women.
No, lots of men go there. It's a wellness center and a fitness center too.
I think Victor would enjoy it. I'll talk to him about it.
Elena, I want to ask you something. Woman to woman.
Of course, woman to woman.
What do you think about Victor?
Oh, well, I like Victor. He's a friend, a good friend.
I mean, as a woman, do you think he's handsome? Well, physically attractive.
Well, yes, he's an handsome man.
Are you attracted to him?
Yes, he's attractive. I like him.
I'm a bit worried. Does he ever talk about his friends?
Oh, yes. He often mentions his friend, Paul.
Paul? A friend? I've never met anyone called Paul.
They go to the gym together.
To the gym? What for?
Exercise, swimming, working out on the exercise machines.
I wonder who Paul is. Thanks for making the tea. Give me a hug, dear.
It's okay.
Hi, Elena. Hi, Agatha. How was your day at the beauty center?
Oh, fine, fine.
Have you just been to the gym?
Yes. How did you guess?
Oh, with Paul?
Actually, yes. But you don't know Paul.
No, I don't. But Elena told me about him. We'd love to meet him. Why don't you invite him to supper one evening? I'll cook him a special meal.
Of course I will, one of these days. So, did you like the changing we did while you were away?
Yes, great. Now, Victor, I suggested that you and Elena should go to the beauty center together one day.
Me? To the beauty center?
Well, it's for men, too. Oh. And there's a fitness center.
Well, I suppose you're right. Would you like to do that, Elena?
Yes, I would. I'd love to.
And I might invite Paul to come too.
No, just the two of you. That's the whole point.
Whew. Hello, everyone. I've just come from the gym. What a great workout. I feel so healthy. So, what happened in the sitcom today? Yes, Agatha started asking Elena what she thinks about Victor. She really should learn to mind her own business. Oh, the word should is very important in our lesson today. We will be studying that, followed by verbs with two objects. Let me give you a tip. Our sitcom is going to end in a real surprise. And finally, we will see some terms and activities relating to wellness. Ready? So, Agatha said to Elena, "You should try the thermal baths, and you should go there with Victor one day." Remember, we use the word should when we want to give someone advice or make a suggestion. The word should never changes. I should, you should, he should, etc. And we use it with the infinitive. If you want to lose weight, you should do more exercise. She should go and see a doctor about her bad back. If they want a cheap holiday, they shouldn't stay in a luxury hotel. If you want to say that something is a rule or that it is obligatory, you have to. You have to fasten your seatbelt. He has to do his homework. They have to study English. Yes, it's obligatory. Now, in the sitcom, Elena said, "Can you pass me the kettle?" This is an example of a verb with two objects. In this case, the verb is to pass, and the objects are me and the kettle. I can lend you some money. Will you give him a letter? We normally put the person first and then the thing. Give him a pencil. If the thing is a pronoun, it goes after the verb. Give it to me, okay? Now, what do you do to keep fit? Do you go swimming? Do you go to the gym like me? I love to use all of the different exercise machines at the gym. Dylan likes to lift weights. He also goes jogging twice a week and does kickboxing. My mom does Pilates. She's in great shape. And my dad, he plays golf. All that walking is great exercise. What do you do to stay healthy? Well, that's all for today. Well done, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Can you peel the potatoes? Did you buy the steak? I'm starving. Steak and potatoes for me.
Victor, forget the potatoes. We have to talk. You really should spend more time socializing. You must get out more. Go to the movies or something.
But I have to prepare for my exams.
Well, you can study during the week, not at the weekends. You must dedicate more free time to seeing your friends and making new friends.
Like my new friend, Paul?
No, I didn't mean him. You should take Elena out with you. She could practice her English.
Well, I have to study a lot. It's my final year.
I can't remember the last time you went out with a girl. You're not ugly, Victor. You do attract women's attention. I can't understand it. And you don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
Thanks for that. Where's the butter for frying?
You don't need all that butter. You should use olive oil instead. It's better for you. I read an article in the newspaper about depression and the foods we eat. What we eat affects our personality and how we react to others.
I know. If I don't eat, I'm not a nice person. Okay, I can't live on meat alone.
Oh.
There are the food groups. Breads, cereals, rice and pasta, poultry and fish.
And you can't exclude eggs, vegetables, fruits, beans, milk.
Yeah.
You use too much butter. You don't have to give up your butter and chocolate biscuits. I'm just saying you should use less. It will help you to stay healthy and fit, and that's a good thing, isn't it?
Sure.
But you have to eat more vegetables. They're an important source of vitamins.
I always have tomatoes and olives on my pizza.
Oh, dear. I can't help you. You should go to a doctor and have a checkup.
That's enough. I can't take it anymore. You have to stop trying to control my life. You should respect my life and how I live it.
I'm sorry. I just think that you should do things...
You should. You shouldn't. You can't. You must. You mustn't. Not everyone is like you. Agatha, thank goodness. I don't have to explain my lifestyle to you.
Oh, dear. What have I done? Oh, did I offend him? Oh.
Hi, Ready for your English lesson? Oh dear, things are a little difficult at the moment between Agatha and Victor, aren't they? That was quite an argument, typical brother and sister. Well, I hope they can resolve their problems soon. Anyway, what are we studying today? Well, first, we're looking at modal verbs to talk about ability. I can sing very well. Permission? You can have some more candies. Responsibilities and obligations. I know you have to study a lot. We must go now. Not yet. And then we will look at words relating to nutrition and diet, one of Agatha's favorite subjects. So, Victor asked Agatha, "Can you peel the potatoes?" We used the modal verb can to talk about ability. I can make marmalade. I can't dance. Remember, I'm terrible. We also use can to ask for permission. Can I go to the bathroom? Can we listen to the radio? We can use can't or mustn't to say something is forbidden. You can't go out tonight. They mustn't touch the oven, it's hot. To talk about responsibility and obligation, we use the word must or have to. You must come home early tonight. I must go to the dentist. You have to tidy your room. She has to study hard for her examination. We use the phrase don't have to say that something is not necessary. We don't have to go to work on Sundays. The concert is free. You don't have to pay. Now, can you tell me what the main food groups are in English? I bet Agatha can. We have proteins, like fish, meat, and eggs. Carbohydrates, like bread, pasta. Fats, like butter and oil. Fruits and vegetables, like apples, carrots, and broccoli. And as Agatha said, it is important to have a diet that is rich in all the food groups. A balanced diet with lots of variety. She also says that vegetables are a good source of vitamins. This is very important. I don't imagine that Victor is getting many vitamins from the olives and tomatoes on his pizza. Do you? Anyway, that's all for our lesson. I'm going home to make a nice healthy salad full of vegetables and protein. And then I think I'll have a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit. Well, I need a good balance in my diet, don't I? See you next time. Bye.
Ok, isso aqui é um diálogo para vocês verem como é que funcionaria deixa eu só para incentivar este exercício aqui, ó. Vocês vão preencher da forma de vocês, em restaurante, né? Eu coloquei um tema ali bem variado, mas é bem pessoal. Esse também, uns 10 minutos, porque eu achei um pouco meio usar a imaginação. Faleceu. Pessoas do my heart. Diálogos, dialogues. Esta aqui é a atividade 7. Barababá. Deixa eu dar uma olhada no livro. Two minutes. One minute. 1 second to the Mars. Certo, galera? Então aqui o outro exercício também. Opa, não voltei. Give the suggestion or advice. Dê sugestões ou conselhos. Isso é interessante. I need to lose weight, but chocolate is my favorite snack. Eu preciso perder peso, mas chocolate é meu alimento, meu lanche favorito. Qual é a sugestão? I'm moving to Mexico, but I can't speak Spanish. Estou me mudando para o México, mas eu não sei falar espanhol. I invite my mother-in-law for dinner, but I am terrible cook. Eu convidei minha madrasta para janta, mas eu cozinho horrivelmente. Vai chorar? Tem certeza? Por que você fica triste do nada? Eu sou uma pessoa estranha, bipolar. Tá chorando sua mãe? look skill. Where should I go? Answer the question. I have vacation in December. I love the sea and the beach. I want to spend all day enjoying the sun and swimming. I don't have much money and I need to stay in a cheap hotel. I hate camping and walking. Ó, você tem um texto aqui e você vai dar onde você deveria ir. Responda as questões. Onde você vai encontrar essas coisas que essa pessoa gosta em dezembro? I love adventurous vacation. I would like to go scuba diving, rafting and hiking in the mountains. I'm not worried about money. I just want to have lots of fun. Essa pessoa é um atleta e quer encontrar esse lugar para fazer tudo isso daqui. Onde ele vai encontrar? Então esses são os dois exercícios aí de agora. Fazendo aí, eu coloquei até coloquei um jazz, uma vez quase me mataram. Um jazz. Um fundo musicale. Pessoal, oxi. certo? E o último exercício, olha só, search for phrasal verbs with the following verbs. Você vai ter que encontrar os... Olha, esse aqui dá um trabalho, hein? Vocês sabem que o phrasal verbs ele é formado... Vou voltar aqui, ó. O que são phrasal verbs? Vamos voltar aqui, pessoas. São verbos, mas plus preposições. Preposições. Coloquei aqui. Tá? E aqui nesse exercício, por exemplo, você tem que achar alguns phrasal verbs que usam esses verbos. Eu vou fazer alguns aqui no caso do take. Ó. Tá? Phrasal verbs com take. Por exemplo. Então vamos pensar, tem que procurar, né? Então vamos lá. Primeiro phrasal verbs com take é o take it on me. Olha só o tamanho disso. Take it on me. Ou take it on, né? Take it. Take it. Take on. Take in também. Tem o take off. Tá? Então vocês vão achar os phrasal verbs de acordo com a lista. Eu já disse como é que seria o uso do phrasal verbs, né? Para não ficar... E aqui é tudo de phrasal verbs, ó. Now, make the sentence with the phrasal verbs. Eu acho que nem vai dar tempo, mas eu vou tentar colocar aqui um verbo de... Calma aí.
Hi, and welcome to the webinar.
Ó, com take já aparece take off, então você vai achar vários phrasal
Today
verbs.
I'll be teaching you 10 phrasal verbs with multiple meanings. Now, to refresh your memory, a phrasal verb is a 2 or 3 word verb with a main verb and a preposition, like the example in the picture, take off. Now, phrasal verbs are very similar to each other. For example, we have take off, take out, take on, take over, take up, and all of these are different. And also, one phrasal verb can have multiple meanings. Take off can refer to an airplane going up into the air. Take off can mean to remove something. For example, take off your jacket or take off your shoes. And we have 3 more meanings. Take off can mean increase fast in success and popularity. For example, if a new video game takes off, it means that a lot of people start using and playing the video game. Take off is also an informal way to say leave. For example, you can tell your friends, I've got to take off. I'll see you guys later. That means I have to leave. And finally, we also use take off when you stop working or studying for a period of time. For example, I took 2 weeks off from work. So in today's lesson, I'm going to teach you 10 of these phrasal verbs which have 2, 3, or even more meanings. So here's how today's class will work. I will show you an example sentence. You'll try to guess what the phrasal verb means in context, and you can type your answer in the box, or you can just think about it to yourself, and then I will explain and give some more examples. Now, why do I ask you to guess what the phrasal verb means? Because I think this is a good way for you to practice figuring out new English expressions from their context. So even if you get the answer wrong, it's okay. This is good practice for you. All right? And if you want to learn 500 phrasal verbs, then definitely check out the Phrasal Verbs in Conversation course, which uses a similar method. In that course, you also have the chance to learn the phrasal verbs in context through conversations. So there's a button under this webinar for the Phrasal Verbs in Conversation course, and if you're interested, check it out. Okay, let's get started. Phrasal verb number 1, pass out. The teacher passed out the tests to the students. What do you think passed out means in this context? Right, this is an easy one. Pass out means to give or distribute. And we can talk about a teacher passing out tests or worksheets in the classroom, or passing out promotional material in public, like passing out flyers, passing out coupons, or sometimes free samples, like if you have a new cafe, sometimes they pass out free samples of food on the street to help attract customers. Now, here's another example sentence. It was so hot in the classroom that I felt like I was going to pass out. Now, what does pass out mean in this context? Okay, some people are saying fall asleep or feel sick. Pass out in this context means to faint, to lose consciousness. People can pass out from shock, when something scares them, from fear. People can pass out if they're very nervous, or people can pass out from medical problems like low blood pressure. Now, if you get hit on the head with an impact, then we usually say you get knocked out instead of pass out, okay? Pass out usually doesn't involve an impact. So those are two different meanings for the phrasal verb pass out. Let's go to number 2. Bring up. Her parents died when she was very young, so her grandparents brought her up. What do you think brought her up means? Good, a few people are getting it. Bring up means to raise, care for, and educate a child. To teach a child good behavior, and we're not talking about formal education here. We're talking about parents teaching children good behavior, for example. Now, don't get bring up confused with grow up. A child grows up. He becomes bigger and older and taller. But the parents or the adults bring up the child. They care for and educate the child. Okay? Now, here's a totally different way to use bring up. That's a great idea. You should bring it up at tomorrow's meeting. What does bring up mean here? Oh, you guys are smart. Bring up means introduce a topic into a conversation or discussion. And you can bring up an idea, bring up a suggestion, or bring up something negative like bring up an objection or bring up a problem. It just means to introduce or start talking about that topic in a general conversation or discussion. So that's another way to use bring up. Number 3, take out. He took his phone out of his pocket. What do you think take out means? Exactly. It means to remove something from inside a place. So you can take your phone out of your pocket, like you can see in the picture. When you get to school, you take your books out of your backpack. When you buy a new product, you need to take the product out of the box, and so on. That's pretty self-explanatory. Now here's a slightly different way to use take out. I took out 10 library books. What does take out mean in this case? It's similar, but it's not exactly the same. Okay, good. In this context, take out means borrow. It means you remove the books from the library, but you will need to give them back. And we only use take out in this case for taking books out of the library or taking books out from the library, or taking a loan, that's money, out from the bank. You take the books or take the money out, but you will need to give it back later, okay? Now, meaning number 3 for take out. John is taking my sister out to dinner on Friday. What does take out mean here? Good job. A few people got it. Take out means to bring someone on a social encounter, and it may be romantic. For example, taking your girlfriend out to dinner or taking somebody out to see a movie. Or it may not be. You can also take a colleague out to lunch, or your parents can take you out to see a baseball game. And taking someone out usually means you invite them, and usually that you also pay for them. So you pay for their dinner or pay for their movie ticket. Okay? So to take someone out means to bring someone and to pay for their experience, their meal or ticket. Let's look at take up. Imagine you're moving into a new apartment and you look at the apartment and you say, there's no room for a bookcase because the couch takes up too much space. What does take up mean? Right. Take up means to fill or occupy time or space. So, for example, you can see in the picture, this is a really big couch, and it takes up, it fills all the space so that there's not enough room for a bookcase. Again, you can use take up with space or time. For example, responding to email takes up a lot of my time. That's true, by the way. I get a lot of email from students. Okay, here's a different way to use take up. I've just taken up skiing. I've had 2 lessons so far. What does take up mean here?
Ok, galera, é muito grande isso aqui, é phrasal verbs total. Tá, phrasal verbs a gente vai ter que dar uma focada nele mais. Mas assim, se conseguir fazer pelo menos uma parte aqui, então assim, vamos fazer o seguinte, como isso aqui vai demorar um pouco mais. Então, os exercícios aqui para serem feitos serão apenas até o... Não, peraí, que eu só não consigo ver essa página. E até o 8. Phrasal verbs eu vou fazer com vocês, eu acho. Vou fazer com vocês, então façam até o 8. E eu completo os phrasal verbs. Tá? Se alguém conseguir fazer os phrasal verbs completar, tudo bem. Tranquilo? Então é isso aí, pessoal. Obrigado pela participação de todos aí. Tenham um bom final de tarde. Até a próxima. Qualquer dúvida, vocês podem me perguntar no WhatsApp. A aula fica gravada, vocês sabem. Então, até a próxima. Fiquem todos com Deus. Bye, bye.